So welcome to this month's contributor sync. So usually the way we run this is we run highlights, very, very quickly, maybe like 5 minutes of highlights. And I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, so people feel free to chime in too, get at them. But here are the ones that I dug up. I know Corey has been working really hard on SQL in Daft. Let me show you what I'm working on too. So I'm building out our documentation and also making it very clear that Daft is both a data frame and also SQL now. And so when you go down the documentation, you'll see these tabs where now they're all like Python and SQL, right? And you click on SQL, and it's really cool. Like all the tabs down below will also flip to SQL if available. Yeah, and so it's like Python and SQL. And so I think the idea is over time, the Daft API will have both Python and SQL capabilities. The problem is that right now, some of the things like you can only do it from Python if you have DuckDB-like, right? The SQL API is quite tied to the Python API today. But at some point we could have Daft kind of like in standalone mode, where you're then able to just run SQL, maybe from like the CLI or some sort of other endpoint. That would be really cool. So that's the progress on SQL. We are currently working on building all the documentation for it and then gearing up for a launch next week. And then let's see, we have partition rights. Thanks to Kevin. We are the first. Oh, here's Garrett. Garrett, you came at the perfect time because we're talking about partition rights to Iceberg and Delta, and we just added that in the last release. I think we are the first Python engine to do partition rights to Iceberg that can do all the partitioning transforms, including bucketing and truncation, which even PyIceberg can't do. It's really funny. Yeah, so that's in big news for the team. I think pretty much my only big wish list item left for table formats is probably upserts. Yeah, that's the last one. Okay, so there's that, and then lastly, I guess a Swordfish launch is coming soon, probably next week or so. Yeah, so we'll have much better local execution. And we are also working on kind of this stateful UDF story where we have our new system for how we do large scale model match inference, which I believe, Garrett, you've been dogfooding a little bit. The Ray version of that has been released in 0.34. So if you grab the latest version of Daft, it does include the latest Ray runner with the stateful UDF stuff you're playing with. And also we're working on some of the bugs that we've seen during dogfooding, including the pipelining issue that we saw. So yeah, that's gonna come through. Those are some of the main updates I had on my end. Do you folks have any ideas of other things you might want to bring up? Yeah, okay, cool. So those are, I think, some of the main updates from last month.